Hello, and welcome to UCTV's Moose Now, where each week we bring you your Utica College news and information on campus events. I'm your host, Ryan Culloway. Utica College has received a $2 million gift commitment to expand facilities for athletics. Construction will begin this spring to build a new multi-purpose synthetic turf athletic field and 8-lane outdoor track. This new facility will be located behind the Clark Athletic Center, next to Gaetano Stadium and the baseball field. There will be lighting for evening events and bleacher seating that will hold up to 200 spectators. The new facility will give athletes the opportunity to train and compete regardless of weather conditions. It will also eliminate many of the scheduling conflicts that are faced by athletes. This new facility will be open in the fall of 2021. The semester is almost over, and all UC bookstores' rental textbooks are due Monday, December 21st. You have the option to return your textbooks in person or by mailing them to the bookstore. The bookstore will be closed November 25th to the 27th for Thanksgiving break, but it will be open for normal business hours any other day before the 21st from 9 to 5 p.m. For any non-rental textbook, the bookstore will also perform buybacks in order to have them available for other students to use in future semesters. If you have any questions with returning textbooks, visit the bookstore on the first floor of the Strebel Student Center, or you can call or email the bookstore. All contact information can be found on utica-shop.com. The Office of International Education will be hosting a global virtual internship information session this Thursday, November 19th at 1 p.m. You will have the opportunity to experience internships in companies from around the world. For more information, email the Office of International Education at internationaled@utica.edu. The Kay Della Ferguson Women's Resource Center and Diversity Committee are hosting their annual Guess Who's Coming to Dinner event this Thursday, November 19th on Zoom. There will be 2 different sessions available for anyone in the UC community. The first session will run from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and the second session from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. The UC community will have a chance to meet, connect, and converse with one another. The Zoom link will be found on Pioneer Place. Be sure to join one or both sessions as your schedule permits. The Black Alumni Association and the Black Student Union will be hosting their annual Kwanzaa celebration on Saturday, December 5th from 4 to 5 p.m. Be sure to save the date for this virtual celebration. For more information, contact BSU President China Sang. UC Ski and Snowboarding Club is having a Saga gear raffle that ends Friday, November 20th. The prizes are a size large men's and a size small women's Saga winter coat, which both have values of $200. Ticket prices vary. One ticket is $5 for everyone. If you are an SSC member, 3 tickets are worth $10. If you are not an SSC member, 3 tickets will cost you $12. You can pay for your tickets by Venmoing Drew Dunlap. You can also email him with any questions you may have about the raffle or the club in general. Due to COVID-19 restrictions this semester, the Utica College Band will be performing for the Jackson Lunch Hour series on Wednesday, November 25th at 1 p.m. on WPNR. This event is held so you can still listen to the UC Concert Band by audio only. You can also have the opportunity to de-stress by listening to some calm and relaxing music performed by the UC Concert Band, directed by Michael DeMeo. If you need some music to listen to during your time Wednesday afternoon, tune in to WPNR 90.7 FM live on their website. Now, over to Francis Tavino for an interview with the Dean of Diversity and Inclusion here at Utica College.
Hello, welcome back to Moose Now. Today I'm here with Elaine Verga, the Dean for Diversity and Inclusion at Utica College. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
So, looking back, you've been working here for 37 years.
Mm-hmm.
What has your time been like here?
Oh, it's been amazing. I have learned so much and had the opportunity to be involved in so many different parts and places and spaces on campus and met so many incredible people and worked with so many terrific colleagues. So it's been an amazing 37 years.
And in your time here, what would you say your biggest accomplishment was while you were as the Dean for Diversity and Inclusion?
Well, what I need to say is that I've been doing diversity and inclusion work and looking for ways to make this a more equitable and welcoming community since I got here. So while my title right now is Dean for Diversity and Inclusion, And we most recently, over the past few years, have begun to focus on having a position that move those initiatives forward. And we've just hired a vice president for diversity, equity, and inclusion, so we're working on the office and expanding. The work that I've been doing has been ongoing. So while I appreciate thinking about the most recent years, I think of it as part of a continuum of things that I've been doing since my time here. So in 37 years, there's a lot of things that you get a chance to do. So I think about, we just celebrated the 30th anniversary of the Women's Resource Center last night. And that was an amazing event with some really powerful, incredible alumni who had come through the Women's Resource Center and are out in the world doing things that are making a difference in the world and making change and raising children and working in medicine and planning marches and just really being engaged in their communities in ways that are making a difference, and connecting with the current generation of folks coming through the Women's Resource Center. So for me, the opportunity to know that something that I was involved in creating, I wasn't the sole creator, I did that with some faculty and staff that were here on campus, some students who are actively engaged and involved in the work, but to know that organization still exists, is still flourishing and moving forward and recreating itself, even as I look to retirement, is incredible. And the Women's Resource Center has done so much around social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion work, both on campus and the communities, that for me is probably one of the high points. But I also think about the work that I've been able to do with the Diversity Committee that's just been renamed the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Collaborative. The kinds of projects that we've been involved in, the initiatives that we've worked on, everything from individual programs through creating an operational plan that has to do with how to move diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives forward, and with, again, some really remarkable, passionate, skilled, experienced people who are all coming together to work together to move diversity, equity, and inclusion forward on campus and to really create a space where people feel welcomed and valued and have the educational experience that they deserve. And those are faculty, staff, and students again. So those kinds of experiences, I think, are probably the high points for me, knowing that there's so much that has sprung from those kind of interactions and relationships.
Awesome. Now, what was your favorite memory you've had here?
Oof. Holy cow, so many favorite memories. Oof. Well, there are, and again, I know that you asked for one, and it's difficult for me to say that. There are small individual memories that I think of. Students that I've talked with who weren't sure what was going to happen when they left here, and the places that they found themselves and things they found themselves involved in. Watching some students who I know weren't sure when they got here that they wanted to stay, walk across the stage at commencement. So I have some of those kinds of memories. The end of the year gatherings that we do with the Women's Resource Center, seeing Africa in Motion come together to create a complicated extravaganza every year, and the ways in which they take care of each other and care for other members of the community. Those are memories that I hold close. There are larger memories. There are things like Unity Marches and Unity Walks, where I have a memory of looking out over a crowd of people who are all together in the same place for the same reason, and are engaged in being visibly in that moment on that spot, and some of the kinds of things that we've done there. So I think I have lots of memories, and I'm sure if you ask me that tomorrow, I have a different memory to share with you. But there are lots of them, and lots of really good memories.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how have you seen the campus change over your time here as well, from when you first started to now?
Well, when I got here in 1983, we had, I think, 4 residence halls, North Hall, South Hall, alumni, and we may have had folks living in Burstone at that point, I'm not sure. So we had those. We had some of the basic core buildings, but we didn't have the addition to the gym that we have now. There was no stadium. no dome. There were many of the things that we take for granted now weren't here, and the actual physical space didn't look quite the same way that it does now. And with the growth of the physical space, Thurston Hall wasn't here, ECGS, our Welcome Center. So all of those were open spaces, which I love, but I also think that we've done a really good job of making sure that we're thinking about how we're using our space when we're creating buildings. But with that physical space expansion, of course, has come expansion of the number of students that attend Utica College. I wasn't here in 1946 when it was founded, but I know that we began in the basement of a church responding to the needs of veterans who were coming back from World War II. And we've moved from that church and grown incredibly in the ways that we've grown in response to the kinds of needs that our community has and students who need education and get the kind of education here that hopefully it would be difficult to find elsewhere. And so we're at, and I'm rounding up estimates because I know that my numbers may not be great, but we're at somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 students who are main campus undergraduate ground students. But we've got an incredible number of online and distance learners, and I know that that's now shaky because of the world that we're in, but in terms of those who come to college intending to be distance learners. And so we've expanded into those markets as well. We have 3 branch campuses for ABSN students who are advanced accelerated nursing students. So those are all ways in which I think we've expanded our reach. And we've grown into different places and brought in folks we might not have brought in before now. So there's all of that kind of growth. And with that comes diversity of people, of place, where they come from, what their lived experiences are, their expectations, their needs, all the things that they bring into the college. There are ways in which I think there are some basic needs that folks have when they come to campus. But there's also a whole lot of other kinds of things that are defined by who we are and about where we come from that I think we then need to respond to. So for example, our Learning Services office, which does such amazing work with students with disabilities on campus, didn't exist when I got here. And so we moved from an office that was doing a lot of work with a lot of different people in a lot of general ways, which worked really well at that point. And we're now in an office with professional staff and a captionist who are responding to the needs of students with disabilities, which I think is fabulous, because that both means that we're paying attention, but also means we have students who are coming here who maybe would not have come before, or perhaps would not have found this a place where they could have the support and accommodations that they need to be able to be successful at Utica College. So there are all of those ways in which our student services have changed, all the ways in which structurally we have changed and then changed again and then evolved into something else. And diversity, equity, and inclusion is one of those places.
Awesome. Now, your last couple of weeks here are coming up, and before you retire on November 30th, are you excited for this next chapter that's going to start in your life?
I am. I'm certainly excited. I have the mixed feelings of stepping back from, because I'm not sure that I would say I'm leaving. I'll be in the area. I plan to stay connected. I'll be playing for the choir, which is one of the things I have the amazing opportunity to do. But this is a place that I came when I was 23 years old, or thereabouts. I have to figure that out. But I was in my early 20s, and I came and I had so many experiences here, and I had built so many relationships, and still have those relationships with students, faculty, and staff. It's a place that I love. It's a place that I care about. And it's a place that I have been part of in terms of its growth, and it's part of me in terms of how I grew and who I am. So am I looking forward to the next stage? Absolutely. That means that there are new things for me to engage in, or things that I wish I had been able to do that I can now perhaps pay some more attention to. Allows me a chance to connect and reconnect with friends and family in different ways, and take some time to do that. But my heart is always going to be a part of Utica College, and Utica College will always be a part of me. And so for that, I am not nostalgic, but I will miss that kind of regular interaction on a regular basis.
Totally get that. Now, before you do retire and step down from your position, is there anything that you would like to say to the UC community?
Thank you. I'm not sure that I can find words to summarize it any better than that. I know that there are incredible people here, that there are incredible opportunities to grow, to learn, to laugh, to argue, to disagree, and learn some more, and to do good things out in the world, and that comes from being at Utica College. And that I've had the opportunity to do that here, and I wish that for everybody else who is here. And because I'm in diversity, equity, and inclusion, whatever somebody's identity, whatever their lived experiences, whatever their worldview, I wish that that is something that they have when they are here, in terms of being able to have those incredible experiences, knowing how much they're valued and respected, what their potential is, all the things that they can do in the world, both for themselves and for other people. And so I say thank you, because this is a place that I learned all of that. And the people who are here, both that are still here and those who have gone before, are the people that I learned them from. And I don't know that I would have had that experience elsewhere.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming and taking some time to chat with us today.
Thank you, I appreciate that as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis, and thank you so much, Elaine Varga, for stopping in to talk about your time spent at Utica College. We wish you the best with your retirement. That is all the time we have for today. This is our final episode of Moose Now for the fall 2020 semester. We look forward to seeing you all in the spring. We hope you have a relaxing and safe winter break. I'm Ryan Culloway, and as always, fear the moose.